Hello, all, and welcome to this is your favorite girl here, and welcome while I defend Death to Smoochy. Now I can't remember who recommended this episode to me last week, so I apologize. But I got one thing to say. I am Rainbow fucking Randolph. Man, I do not know why they said this was a bad movie. This was a great movie. I mean, really, anything with uh, Robin Williams. I absolutely love Robin Williams. He's one of my favorite actors there. But I think he did a great job as playing a villain and stuff. I just love this movie, and it's just love how they got just an absolute nobody doesn't do nothing, to play a kids movie. It's like they have to be squeaky fucking clean. But he's putting all these damn hijinks on Smoochy there. They're to try to discredit the show like they're gonna give him another chance. It was just so funny, especially like when he did the dick shaped cookies at the cookie bag. He pretended it was a rocket ship. He saved the day on that one. Oh man, yeah, like I just love this movie. All the hijinks in it. It's like I'm gonna definitely watch it again. Cause, cause like, what was bad about it? Yeah, just a sec. Oh shit! Everybody wants to message me. So basically, the premise of the movie is Robin Williams' character there. He plays a guy called Rainbow Randolph, and he gets into this little corruption gig thing. That gets arrested by the FBI for I'm uh, I'm guessing I don't even know what the crime would be. He took a bunch of money just so that the kids could be on his show type deal type thing. Like the parents paid him so their kids could either be front row or on the show or something like that. He gets arrested. Everybody hates him. So they go and get the squeaky clean guy who likes to sing at children's hospitals and at methadone clinics there to get people off of smack. And they they bring him in and he tries running the show. Some guy offers to be his um what what do you call that? They usually gets like 10% that sets up all the actors' gigs. Not a partner, but his I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. But anyhow, he starts getting these gigs for him. He gets Smoochy a real big gig. There's a big mafia type thing. Everybody's trying to get in on the Smoochy action because everybody loves him. You know, Nora, she's just being a complete bitch to him. Till eventually she sees him topless, and all of a sudden she decides to fall in love with him, and she gets drunk and apologizes to him. They end up, yeah, their agent. Thank you, Resolute. But at the end of the movie they end up fucking. So I could have seen that one coming a mile away. But but anyhow, Rainbow Randolph keeps wanting to do all these shenanigans to try to get Smoochy discredited, even to the point where he takes him in a car for a car ride, thinking he's gonna go play for a bunch of kids, but say he plays for a bunch of Nazis and it's a big old scandal and all that. You can tell this movie was made 20 years ago because half the people have loved him, half the people have hated him. There or believed him when he said he had nothing to do with it. And hey, they're resolute.
Hey, girl.
So what do you think of Death by Smoochy?
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah, no, I still can't remember who recommended it, but it was a new person on the stream because I gave them first shot. But I apologize for that, but I don't see what the any. Like it's a great movie, and anything really anything Robin Williams was ever in was really good. Like,
Yeah.
and also he had the power to turn down shows or make adjustments to shows as he sees fit. There's even one show that they said they just told him to improvise the whole time, and he did. And I can't remember what movie that was, but
That could have been any of them.
no, he just made up a few lines and all that. Like this would be my favorite Robin Williams movie because you're not gonna top his serious role in the Dead Poet Society. I like that movie a lot. But my favorite Robin Williams line came from Man of the Year because it's the most honest thing a politician would ever have said. And that was, I did not have sex with that woman. I wanted to. Then he just shrugs his shoulders. Have you seen Man of the Year?
Uh, quite some time ago.
Okay, maybe I'll have to put that one back. Have you seen the Dead Poet Society?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Oh, you weren't a fan? Okay, so I won't make you watch suffer through that on Sunday. On Sunday. So, but really, I do not know what I'm defending here because I thought it was great. It's fun and entertaining. It's nice to see Robin Williams play a bad guy. But do you think he redeemed himself at the end of the movie there when he tried to save Smoochy?
For most part.
Yeah, I didn't get to see like the last 5 or 10 minutes because the thing was cutting out and all that. It was getting a pain to try to watch it. So, did Smoochy end up living? Right?
Yeah, he survived.
Cause I remember he was shot and all that. Then he pulled a gun on the guy who was supposed to be his agent. So that's about as far as I got. Before. I have to I should go back and rewatch the thing there.
Yeah.
So, but
Uh,
overall, I
he he lived happily ever after with with the woman, and he
Nora.
goes back to the methadone clinics.
Oh, he quit his show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm not sure why it was picked. I highly recommend this movie. If you have not seen this movie, I do highly recommend this movie. But I'm not sure what I'm supposed to defend. I thought it was a great movie. It was fun. Here, actually, I think it should have been more of a PG-13 movie. But
Oh no,
like,
it needs to be as screwed up as it was.
well, I think the reason it was rated R is just because of all the swearing.
All the swearing, drug use, and general debauchery from Rainbow Randolph.
Oh yeah, I suppose. But yeah, okay. I guess I can see why it was rated R. But overall, it was a great movie. Um, I guess since you're the only one here, Germ, you get to pick next week's.
That's a hard choice. I wasn't thinking of picking anything. Let's see. I've done plenty of the Star Trek, so probably branch out. Let's see if there's something. Have you seen the Battlestar Galactica reboot?
No, I haven't even seen the original.
Well, the original doesn't need defending. It's great.
Okay,
The
I
reboot, however, has some very, very poor decisions.
yeah. See, I probably have to watch the
But
original to understand where you're getting at the bad one for
it's very dramatic.
yeah.
So having you defend the ending of the Battlestar reboot probably not wouldn't fit. since you wouldn't have an idea what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody's over at Salty Stream right now.
Salty and Orville Nation is still going.
Oh yeah. I'll probably head over to Salty's here after this here.
Yeah.
How about Star Trek one, and then we'll think of something late for next week. There, I'll give you a
Okay.
choice again next week.
Okay, what is that episode?
Hey, pop culture!
Episode. Hey, pop culture.
I just got done defending Death to Smoochy there.
And by defend, he means praise. It's a
Well,
great
yeah,
movie.
yeah, I did praise it. So I thought it was great. I didn't think it should. Oh, what are these guys doing? I got some guys in my driveway there. Oh, that guy's cussing and swearing at me right now.
What for?
Because I don't have a thing for my grass clipping, so or my for my garbage can, and I just cleaned out my fire pit, so my garbage can is full of ash and grass clippings. It's probably it's a crap ton of water in there because I left the lid open when it rained a few times. Then then on top, I just emptied the cat litter boxes right on top of it. There, so basically, if it falls over, he's gonna be stepping in cat litter and charcoal and grass and water. It's heavy as fuck. I think the garbage can it's a 65-gallon garbage can filled up to the brim. There, I bet you it weighs a good. I bet you it weighs a good 150, 200 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun to do to him.
What?
That's always fun to mess with garbage workers like that.
No, it's not the garbage workers.
Or
It's the construction guys. They got since my road's all tore up, they're taking all the garbage cans and moving them down the road there to the road that's open that they haven't touched yet, so that
oh,
the garbage truck can just empty them.
well, screw them.
Yeah.
They tore up the road. They need to be the ones to suffer.
Well, this needed to be done. The road hasn't been replaced in 30, 40 years. I'm hoping they take out my concrete sidewalk there, they took out the main sidewalk. I hope they take out that walkway so that they got to replace the cement on that too. Yeah. Hey, pop culture,
Hello, hello, guys. How are you doing?
doing pretty good.
Hey,
I was having Germ pick next week's one to defend.
Yeah, so you're already done defending it, so I guess the show's over?
Well, not quite,
no,
but
not quite.
yeah, but PJ's still going and so is Salty's still going, so everybody's over there.
God. PJ's still going about yesterday's episode?
It looks like it, at least according to the YouTube.
Uh, it's funny. I was listening to that earlier for a while, and although it's the same as last week, I was kind of telling Jill about it last week before we started our stream, is that all the streams start out the same. Well, exception, Nerdporial Lifeform. Everything's perfect over there. There's absolutely no flaws. The episode is 100% perfect, no problem. Every single time, without question, everything. There's nothing wrong. And when I tried to kind of give a few comments of what I thought, he did not like it at all. So I kind of got out of there. And then with Orville Nation, PJ, everybody was, oh, yeah, perfect, 100%, yeah, 10 out of 10, blah, 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 going on and on and on. And then he got somebody on the panel. I couldn't really tell who it was because I was grocery shopping and I was holding the phone up to my ear. But I thought he said Bird. He said, hello, Bird. Hey, Bird, whatever. But it's not Bird O'Prey. It was somebody else.
Yeah. Well, the purpose of my Thursday streams is I got is to defend this bad show, so that I will say
Well, right.
thought the episodes and all that.
Right, but what I was saying about the Orville and Orville Nation is, it was perfect. Everybody was praising how 100% wonderful it was, and that went on for at least an hour or more. And then somebody named Bird got on the panel, and it wasn't Bird of Prey 5. It was somebody else named Bird. Anyway,
It's not Bird, it's Burr.
Burr. Okay. Well, anyway, he got on the panel, and then he starts saying all the things that I was been thinking the whole time. It's like, what about this? This didn't make sense. What about this? They kind of stole this from that and this from that. And then of course, once he started pointing things out, they're all backtracking. Like, well, yeah, and well, yeah, and yeah, well, yeah. That seems to be how most reviews turn out, and I don't understand why. Why can't they be clear and honest from the beginning instead of an hour or two of, perfect, 100%, glossing over everything, and it all takes finally somebody with an open mind gets on and says, "Wait a minute," and starts, pointing out the plot holes. And then they slow down and hit the brakes and they say, "Wait a minute, yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, well, yeah." Does that make sense?
Yeah, to a point.
That's what I was telling Jill about it.
What you're thinking about.
Well,
maybe they're kind of like me, that we try to kind of look at the positives on stuff as we can.
Well, you can, but you're looking at the whole thing. I like to look at the positive things too. Otherwise, we all do. Otherwise, we'd hate everything. But I like to look at the whole picture. I was Jill and I had our review on Tuesday, and after that, her and I were talking, and I told her, I said, I've been listening to a lot of Orville reviews about the new episodes, and I said ours is the only one, and I'm not joking. Her and my review is the only one that's in depth and honest from the very beginning. We don't spend an hour or two glossing over how beautiful everything is, and then wait for someone to come on and correct us and say, "Wait, what about this and this and this and that?" Ours does that from the very beginning. So I honestly, and I'm not being biased, but I honestly think her and me have the best review. Sorry, I just fed my dogs.
Yeah. Well, I was having so much fun trolling the chat there, even though she missed a couple of mine. I had to repeat them at the end, so it weren't as funny.
You mean on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was okay. We were trying to cover all the chats. We tried not to ignore them. We were
No, I was having fun trolling. I was like, "Oh crap! Did I just go over the line there? And she's just not going to read it." I thought maybe I went over. I stepped over the line.
No, Jill reads everything. No, it's not bad at all. It was just we had so much going on. And did you notice that the closer we got to the end, more and more people were coming on?
Yeah. Did
you have
me mix soup today?
What's that?
Does she have no tea today? Or wait, never mind. It's Thursday.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's tea time.
No, I got my days mixed up here, even though I just literally did Defensive Thursday. But yeah, I had a couple Fridays. I had to switch up to Fridays and stuff. But
okay, cool. Yeah, because I know it's usually Fridays because I'm working. I'm not able to make it, but sometimes I can drive and listen on listen while I'm driving.
No. So I had to move Defensive Thursdays to Fridays because something came up or something was happening. Or the one day I was just so tired after the one stream, I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Gotcha. I have a quick question for you. You just defended Death to Smoochy. Now here's my question for you. I'm old. So I remember when the movie was brand new, and I remember the reaction from the public. So my question for you is: do you remember the reaction of when it first came out, or you're probably too young, right?
I would have. Let's see. I would have been 10 years old at the time.
Did you watch it when you were 10?
No, this is the first time ever watching it.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, right.
I didn't know about it.
What's that?
I didn't even know about it.
Oh, no, you didn't. Now let me explain why. Well, this is why I brought this up, and why the other day when you said you were going to cover this movie. This movie is very infamous because it lost the studio that made it. It went out of business because of this movie. The movie was so bad. All the critics panned it. It may have been before Rotten Tomatoes, but it got 0 all the way across the board. Critics, people, everything. Nobody liked this movie. It was produced, maybe written, and I think directed by Danny DeVito. And this really, really damaged his career severely. After that movie, he didn't do a lot for a long time. In fact, if you guys go back and look,
a little bit to do with that.
Was he on drugs?
From the 80s to about the time he was on the Always Sunny,
Yeah, I haven't seen the
major
Always
drug
Sunny.
addict.
Well, he
It's
was
a horrible
around the
show.
crowd, so I wouldn't be surprised. Wasn't Robin Williams in Death to Smoochy?
Yes.
Well, there you go. There's another drug addict right there. But yeah, basically what happened though is it lost a lot of money. So much money the studio went out of business, which is the same thing that happened with Fight Club, by the way. Anyway, it was so bad it went out of business, lost a lot of money, damaged Danny DeVito's career. And if you go to IMDb and look at his filmography, before that movie came out, he was doing fairly well. He was making movies, theatrical movies. I'm talking about like Romancing the Stone and Throw Mama from the Train, Twins, all that kind of successful big movies. He came
Those
out
are
with
all almost a decade before Death to Smoochy.
well, I'm talking about everything before Death to Smoochy. But basically, Death to Smoochy came out, and then if you look, he either did very little after that or nothing at the theaters,
Yeah.
and then he ended up going back to television. Is what I was going to say. Now he's
Yeah.
back on television because it was very devastating to his career.
Yeah.
Hey, Gap.
Hey, Gap. How you doing? Yeah, we spent the first 10 minutes there. Well, Jerm says I was praising this movie here and all that.
Little Gap.
I really liked it. But now we're just doing a little chat, and pop culture is giving us some background information on this movie.
I remember I went over. I had a friend named Edward. He lived in Visalia, California. I remember it was about 45 minutes from where I was living, and he said, "Come and visit me. Let's go. We'll watch a movie." I said, "Okay," because I have loads of movies. I have a server. I mean, I have thousands of movies. And I told him, I said, "Okay, what do you want to bring, or what do you want to watch?" And I'll bring it. And he says, "Oh, I'll surprise you. I have a movie. I'll surprise you." I said, "Are you sure it's a good one?" He said, "Yeah. I just bought it today. We'll watch it." I said, "Okay." Drove 45 minutes, got all the way over there, and it was Death to Smoochy. I said, and he was like, "You guys, he didn't know about the history." And I said, "Why did you buy, of all movies, why did you buy this?" "I don't know. It was in the bargain bin at Walmart for $1."
It's
And
a great
oh my
fucking movie.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Gap, we're talking about Death to Smoochy. I got on Thursdays here. I do defensive Thursdays here where I defend bad episodes or movies, and this one was suggested to me here. So that's what. So the topic, pretty much, we're talking about right now is Death to Smoochies.
Okay, well, in a nutshell, Gorilla, what did you like about it?
It's just I found it entertaining. I'm a big Robin Williams fan. He's my favorite.
So am I.
actor.
Same here. And I like it, Danny DeVito, too, right?
Yeah,
Did you laugh a lot?
Yeah, I did laugh a lot.
Okay,
And I even opened up my stream with saying, "I am Rainbow fucking Randolph." But I thought it was
I don't
just
know what that is,
entertaining
but
here,
okay.
especially like that one guy that got knocked in the head one too many times there.
Edward Norton was in it, too, right?
Yeah, he's Smoochy.
Yeah, it hurt his career, too, I remember.
Yeah.
It hurt all three of their careers. It hurt Danny DeVito's, Robin Williams, and Edward Norton.
It's just overall entertaining and relaxed. No, but of course, I think 20 years ago, people were more offended by the ideas of having a bunch of crackheads on this.
No. It was not offensive because I remember and you can look at the reviews still. In fact, I'll tell you what, Siskel and Ebert were still around then. They probably reviewed it. Look it up, their review. It was nothing about controversy or any of that. It was just very badly written, and it was unfunny, and it was just a bad movie. Look at the reviews.
Well, those cunts don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I found it funny.
Well, I don't know, but the public seemed to agree. If you look at the, it did bomb. Like I said, it put the theater out of business.
When's the last time the public made the right decision?
Well, all I know is if you guys liked it, that's great.
This was February 2002.
Then I guess everybody was wrong.
A lot of good happening in the world.
It ended up in the bargain basement when I went over to my friend's house. This was 2013 or 14. So, and it was in the bargain
10
basement.
years after the movie.
Yeah, bargain basement at Walmart is what I'm saying. I mean, I know you guys enjoyed it, but you are speaking for yourself. You're not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else is fucking wrong.
I mean, there's a lot
very common. There's a lot of dumbasses in this world.
There's a lot of movies that where they spend a lot of money on them and they made them and then they were like really bad and they didn't that happens a lot.
I think my view is though too. I tend to enjoy what people claim are crappy movies.
That's fine.
Like Salty sat there and said Atomic Twister was the worst freaking movie ever, and that's one of my favorite ones. That's just really enjoyable.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, tornado hits nuclear power.
Tornado hits what?
A tornado hits a nuclear power plant, and they're about to have a meltdown here.
Is that something on the Sci-Fi Channel? It sounds like it.
It's a made for TV movie
That's
for
what I
the
mean.
TNT network.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't like those made-for-TV movies, especially they made by a company called Asylum. They make a lot of garbage TV.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Smoochy only cost $50 million.
Yeah.
To
And
make or
really-
to make?
Too much.
You mean
To make the budget
produce?
was 50. The budget was $50 million.
Right, and it did not turn a profit. You know how movies have to make 2 or 3 times as much to turn a profit. It didn't do that. That's all I'm saying. Whatever it cost to make, it did not turn a profit. Is what I'm saying. It was very infamous at the time. That's why I know the name so well. I remember the interviews and all that. The apology, the apology tour that basically Danny DeVito and Robin Williams were on, apologizing for it. And I felt bad because I really liked Robin Williams, but it did damage his career.
Well, his career was basically over at that time.
Well, he should have given up the drugs a long time ago, right?
He didn't have really much to do after that.
Well, he reminds me of the great guitar player Jimi Hendrix. You take away the drugs, and they can't seem to do much. They're just not what they used to be. So it's like, are they all just drugs? I don't know.
Yeah, it only made $8 million gap, but
I think Hollywood
that doesn't
really
mean it's a bad movie.
Yeah, I think Hollywood really went downhill once they took the cocaine out of the writing room.
I don't know. I think depending on what you watch, I think it's full of it. Especially new Star Trek. I think they're packing it by the pounds.
No, it's lack of cocaine is the problem.
No, you know what it is in the new show. It's probably
soy.
It's right. It's wine moms and that kind of stuff. So it's probably Valium. That's their drug of choice.
You got to go with Loki's term.
Who's
They're
Loki?
a bunch of scissoring hens.
Okay.
Loki is sometimes on Cat. He makes his way around. He's sometimes on Rambling Connects channel. He has his own channel, and then sometimes he's on Captain. What was it, Captain? Fandom Nerd.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of captains out there. I lose count.
Yes. Well, he used to be Captain Trek. He changed his name to Captain Fandom Nerd. But when he was on Rambling Canucks channel, there he was calling all the writers of Picard a bunch of scissoring hens.
Oh well, I'm not going to argue that. I'm definitely not a fan of Picard, but I didn't like him in TNG either. But oh well. So, Gorilla, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have been trying to think now for some time now on to come up for a new format for a new stream. And I think you helped give me an idea today.
What's that idea?
Well, you were asking me about Orville and about a drinking game, right?
Yeah. So you'll get drunk on Tuesday?
How about, here's what I was thinking. We do a stream that's format around a drinking party. And it can either be like the same show every week, different episodes of the same show, or different shows or different movies. But what I want to cover, and what I'm talking about with I know you weren't sure what I was talking about because I was driving and I was unloading groceries out of my car. When I said every time a woman tells a man what to do, remember when I said that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I think the Orville needs it because the show has so many beta males. And it's constantly the men are being shown up by the women, and the women are putting them in their place. I think that'd be a perfect.
But we'd have to have a certain rule here because when you got an officer like Kelly, who's first officer, telling, say, Bortus what to do, that's not.
No. Wait. I'm not talking about giving orders. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about giving an order. That's totally different. I'm talking about, for example, when Kelly tells the captain. Is what I'm talking about.
Okay, but as first officers, and she's supposed to kind of give them advice and tell them kind of.
I know, but I'm not talking about that either. You want me to give you an example?
Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about here.
All right, I'll give you a perfect example. All right, it happened twice in at the end of second season where there was 2 Kelly, and it happened once in this episode. Here's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, this is hard. I don't want to give. I'm trying to just touch on this lightly because I want to try to keep as much as possible for Jill's stream on Tuesday. But as far as just sticking to the topic of a drinking game, this is what I'm talking about. The doctor. This is what happens constantly and repeatedly on the Orville. Almost every episode, almost at least once or more every episode. And that is a woman does the smart thing, the man does the dumb thing. The man says, I'm using different, doesn't matter who. I love you to the woman. I love you. I just can't get over our relationship. I can't do it. Oh no, our relationship is over and you need to get over it. I ended our relationship for a reason. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about men being subservient and being controlled by women. And that's what happened with the Admiral here. The Admiral, once again, all the men in this show, they depict all the men like the only thing, okay, they make it look like on the Orville, like the only thing men are after are to get into women's pants. And that when men don't break up with the women on Orville, women only break up with men. And when they do, the guys cannot get over it. They're pining over it, over and over. They're still in love. I mean, the captain did it with Kelly. I still love you. I still love you. Oh no! And she, of course, she sends him to the curb. No, it's over. I told you, it's over. It's over. She even had a relationship with a teacher, and he told her, "I love you," and she said, "Nope, it's over." And then in this episode with the new admiral, and I knew this was going to happen as soon as they said that. By the way, I knew it as soon as the very beginning in the briefing room when they said Captain Admiral Christie, and the way she was staring off, just staring there. And Kelly asked her, "Are you okay?" I was thinking, oh no, not another episode with another past love. So we're gonna get more talkings of feelings and hallways in this episode. I knew all that as soon as I saw the look on the doctor's face. So lo and behold, they introduce the man, and the first thing he says is, "Here's a ring. I still haven't gotten over our wedding. I still love you. Can we get back to blah 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 blah?" And of course, she's like, "Oh no, I told you, it is over." That's what I'm talking about. Because I brought that up in Nerdporial Life Forum. He's like, when I brought that up, he goes, "Oh, well, that's normal. That's how it is." I said, "Oh, yeah, it is." I said, "That's normal." I said, "Okay, then let's say if that's normal. Why can't they be fair and just for once show a woman pining after a man and the man turns her down?" They won't do that anymore in today's television. They won't show a heterosexual couple with a straight male, a straight female, especially both of the same race. And they will never show ever again a woman pining after a man and the man says, "No, I'm not interested in you. It's over. I told you it's over." That's what I'm talking about. And that's what most people don't seem to get that. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's what it is. I want to see just one. I mean, so far, the only strong men I'm talking about, not, I don't mean on the show, but I mean out of the all 2 seasons and 2 episodes of the Orville, the only strong alpha males I've seen is Bortus and John Lamar. And that's because of their race in real life. Everyone else is either a joke, especially the white men, joke or beta males, being ordered around by the women and kicked to the curb because they're pining after women. All they do is, they keep treating it like every week they want to find love. I don't know why they're constantly talking about love on this show because they keep treating it like the Love Boat. That's why I told Jill it's Captain Steubing. It's not Captain Mercer. It's Captain Steubing. Because every subplot is revolved around a love story. I feel like I'm watching Ethel Merman on the Love Boat. And then it's not even a surprise every week. Well, who's going to turn down who? Who's going to fall in love with who? We know what everything's going to be. Some man is going to fall in love with a woman, and she's going to tell him, "No, I don't have time for that. No, I told you it's over. Get over it." That's how it's going to be every single time. And that's what I'm talking about. Even the part, and I was like, they dug it in. Okay, you guys just watch this. I want you to imagine this scene. This was after the doctor and the admiral spoke in the lunchroom. Then cut to the next scene. And this shows the doctor having some wine talking to Kelly. And she says, "I need to talk to you." And I'm thinking, of course, talk, more feelings, more feelings, more feelings. This is the CW here. Anyway, and of course, she degrades the man even more. Because why can't they show him as a strong, smart admiral? Because he is so dumb. And he's such a beta male. There's no way in real life he'd ever make it to be an admiral status. Because she actually said, she goes, "Yes, we were married once, but no, he wanted, I had a career and he wanted me to stay home. He wanted me to be waiting there at the door when when he came home." And she had to tear him down and make him sound like a chauvinist. They always have to make the men seem like chauvinists. And I'm thinking, good God, why did they have to do that? So they made his character, just totally weak. There was no reason for that. And then when it happened, when he gets taken over by the aliens, we don't give a crap because he's dumb. He's very dumb. He made several mistakes, and he lets women control him. It's just I was. By the way, and I knew he was going to be the one that was going to be dead or taken over by the aliens. It was obvious the way they write their characters to where from the very beginning of the episode, it's all painted out. You can tell who's going to do what.
All right.
But
I'm gonna just gap here real quick. He said I haven't watched any of the new Star Trek at all. Yeah, Captain Trek changed his name to Captain Phantom Nerd. He had it with the new Star Trek. That's why he changed it. Yeah, I knew that was the story.
well, I used to watch his. 'Cause I get up at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and I used to listen to his morning. I don't know what he calls it, but it's like a stream in the mornings. But he kept getting on there telling us all to F off. So I did what he said, and I haven't been back.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I don't know.
Yeah. We all have bad days, so.
Oh, no, he did it more than once because I went back up because he would do it, and then I'd say, okay, then I'd back off. And then he would send me messages on Twitter saying, are you going to come back? And then a couple times I said, okay. And then he did it again and again and again. I finally said, I'm done. So I wanted to mention something else, Gorilla. Toxic Avenger Part 2. Is it too late for you to change your mind on what movie you're going to watch?
No. Well,
All right.
I did make the thumbnail, but I can change it.
Here's the reason why. Do you remember when I was telling you about it last week? I told you that I told you one was good, but I couldn't remember how many of the sequels were good, and then I told you to skip straight to the last one. Do you remember that?
You told me skip the last ones.
No, skip to the last one is what I mean. Well, then I'm glad we're talking about this again. Okay, so here's what happened. And the reason why I remember is I was on somebody else's stream the other night, and there was a big Toxic Avenger fan on there, and he actually oh, by the way, he made a documentary. Who was it? Oh, Philip Gaming. Do you know who that is?
No.
He works in Hollywood. He made a documentary starring that red-haired guy from the Toxic Avenger who played Melvin the Mop Boy. His name is Mark Torgel. And because I brought up the Toxic Avenger, and he started talking on and on about it. I was like, what? You like it too? And he goes, yeah. And him and I are both talking about it. And he goes, yeah, I made a documentary, and we got actual Mark Torgel, and it's called Toxic Tutu. And I said, what? And I looked it up, and it's on YouTube. So it's kind of like a pseudo documentary, kind of a joke kind of thing, and he's telling me all about it. And then I told him, I said, well, a buddy of mine he's doing watch parties of the Toxic Avenger. And I told him that I told you about how, you should watch the first one, and I couldn't remember which sequels, and then I told you to skip right to the last one. And he said, oh, no, yeah. He goes, no. He goes, right. He goes, skip the second one, too. So, and then I was like, yeah. I couldn't remember because it's been years. So what I'm telling you in a nutshell is you want to watch 1 and 4.
Well, I could do all 4 of them. That's not a problem.
You can do all 4, but I'm just saying don't expect the 2 and 3 to be very good because they're not. They're big difference on how bad they are.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean bad as in funny or entertaining either. I mean boring and bad.
Well, Jeremy, would you want to cover both of them in one night so we can get out of the way and just start drinking it from the beginning?
Up to you.
Okay, so maybe we'll just do 2 and 3. We'll just get drunk that night.
Well, that's another thing. Make it a drinking game if you want. But just don't expect them to be don't let them tarnish what you think about the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, I know.
Because like I said, the first movie was good. They did the cheap on the second and third. But then it was like 20 years later. I'm not kidding. 20 years later is when they finally made Citizen Toxic number 4. And they brought back the original writer, director, and all that, and why it's a good movie. So, yeah, okay. If you're going to watch 2 and 3, that's fine. I'm just saying that 1 and 4 are the good ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, good.
So,
okay, cool.
So I guess Sunday we're doing 2 and 3. We're just going to get drunk on the stream. I'll advertise that out saying, maybe I'll change it to Jordan's Drunk Sunday night at night there or something. Or Grills.
So for you guys, what's your drinks of choice?
Well, right now I'm drinking. Well, it depends on what the game. What depends on what the day is, what we're doing.
Oh, it is. It is. What's
right now,
today?
right now I'm just drinking a beer. So
Well, I drink Bud Light.
I went to. Okay, that explains everything.
Oh yeah, that explains everything. Well, don't it? That'll teach me, right?
Right.
Yeah, secret
I thought you were
sauce.
drinking something alcoholic.
I went to the cheap. I went on the cheap end with Michelob Golden Light, but I
I
like.
like Michelob. I like Michelob actually. It's
But
my
every once in a
alternative.
while, I'll go get I'll get some craft beers and all that. But I had to go on the cheap end for a couple weeks there. And
I
if I
like
really,
craft.
but if it makes you feeling better, pop culture, I still got some Keystone in my
Ooh,
fridge
no,
there.
no, 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 no. That's Coors. No, thank you.
Keystone?
Yeah, it's
That's not
Coors.
Coors.
Yeah, it is.
Coors is
Just
Coors
Keystone is
is better.
Coors. Look it
Coors
up.
is
Look it up, and you'll see the
uh,
manufacturer. Just like Natural Light is Budweiser.
yeah.
It's
Well,
their generic
anyhow,
brand.
I took a picture of the case I bought. I was like, well, this week I have to go back to my high school days.
I remember one time I was in my 20s, working at a 7-Eleven, working my way through college, and me and my buddies, other people that worked at 7-Eleven. Okay, we got off work. It was late at night. We bought some beer and we left. Okay, and one of my buddies bought a 12-pack of Keystone. And I remember we were drinking and everything, and I got good because he was a Coors fan, but he didn't have the money to buy Coors, so he bought Keystone. Because it's the same stuff, just a different label. So anyway, he says, "Well, I got this Keystone here, guys. We ran out of all the good stuff." He goes, "I got Keystone." We're like, "Oh, no, no." Finally, we got desperate and said, "Okay, we don't want to drive all the way to the store because we've already been drinking." I opened up a Keystone beer, and there was a bug in it. I
That
couldn't
happened.
believe it. It was like right under. As soon as I popped the tab, there was a bug right there floating in it. I was like, "Geez!" It was like a big mosquito. Ugh. That was
That
the last
happened.
time I ever had a Keystone in my hand.
Oh, that happens. You can't. You're not gonna keep all the bugs out of the
Well,
vats.
I've never had it happen with a bud. But anyway, I do drink craft beer sometimes. My problem is I have a very low tolerance to alcohol. That stuff kicks my butt really fast.
Oh, so you're just a cheap drunk. That's all.
Cheap drunk, well, a cheap whore, whatever you want to call it. But I had a friend Arthur. I worked with him repairing copy machines when I worked at a company fixing copy machines, faxes, and printers. And he said one night, he goes, "Let's go out and drink or whatever." And I said, "Okay, sure, whatever." We went to a bar, and I'm not a bar person. I hate bars because my dad lived in them. But we went to a bar, and I said, "Sure, whatever." And it was all craft beers, and I said, "Whatever." He goes, "What do you want?" And I said, "I don't know the names very well." I told him, I said, "I don't know one from another." So I said I went by the light and dark. I figured the darker it is, the more it's going to kick my butt. Anyway, I don't even remember. I ordered a different one each time. By the way, I just said, "Well, I'll try this one, then I'll try that one." I got so hammered that night, and I didn't even drink that many.
Yeah.
So my problem is I could drink heavy stuff, but if I plan on going to bed early, if I want to drink and enjoy and be up for a while, I got to drink something a little lighter. That's all. But I do
Yeah.
like Michelob. That my two. If anybody was asking my favorite beers, I would say probably Michelob and Bud. I remember when I was about 14 or 15, I had a bunch of friends. We're all hanging out, right? And we wanted beer. And there was like a bar, like right down the street from our house. My grandma was the best grandma in the world. And we told grandma, we said, "Grandma, if we give you," we all scraped our money together. We like mowed lawns and stuff. I was like 14 or 15. We scraped all our money together. And we said, "Grandma, if we give you this money, and will you go to that bar over there and buy us some beer? And if you do, I'll give you some beers." And she said, "Okay." And I'll never forget. This was like I was like 14 or 15. I still remember my grandmother walking out of that bar with a big flat of Miller beer, and she just handed it over to us. And everybody was like, "My God, you got the best grandma ever!" All my friends were like, "What? My grandma never does that." I said, "Yeah, my grandma's cool." And that's how I was introduced to Miller beer by my good old grandma.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, get off topic there, guys.
No, that's totally all right.
But if we ever do a drinking game, it'll be for me probably like Pepsi, juice, tea, or just beer. I don't wine. I don't like at all. It makes my stomach go puke. So
Well, you just haven't had the right wine.
probably cheap wine. I don't know. Well, wine to me tastes bitter. I've never found wine that tastes sweet. It just tastes like bitter.
Oh, you gotta get. Have you ever had a Moscato?
Probably not. I don't know what that is.
It's a sweeter. It's a sweeter wine.
I might
You
be able to
need
tolerate that then.
more white wines would be a little sweeter.
Yeah, you probably had a red wine, which is a lot drier and more
That
bitter.
is true. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they have. Yeah, been red. Yeah,
Uh, there's a. I always buy barefoot. I buy barefoot Moscato. It's like $10 at Walmart
cool. Is it a bottle or a box or what?
bottle.
Okay.
Box wine isn't wine. That's usually just food coloring and water.
I
Don't
always
tell
thought
that.
that
Don't
isn't
tell that
box.
to Mr. CCTV. He likes his
It,
box wine.
I think people buy it because it's cheap and they can buy a lot of wine in bulk. Probably right. Just
No,
maybe
Well,
don't have a
yeah.
lot. Maybe they don't have a lot of money.
it comes at five. It costs like five. It comes in 5 liters and costs like $15. It's like 5 liters for $15.
Is that a good price for how much wine you're getting?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some bottles that are like half a liter. That'll cost you 40-50 bucks.
Yeah, I got a friend who's a wine connoisseur, so yeah, he's kind of explaining to me the different kind of wine. He said the same thing you guys did. Well, you're just drinking the wrong wine. There's wines out there that are sweet and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, I hate red wine. It's just too dry for me. But I will drink Moscatos and stuff like that. I don't drink it all that often, but
Okay. Interesting.
like me, I found out my favorite beers are the golden ones.
What do you mean? Not dark?
Oh, I can't stand like the IPAs and stuff like that, but I like my golden, like if they're like a goldens.
Well, yeah. Well, if that's what you call them, then that's probably what I like. I guess. Yeah, I don't like the ones that are really
Well, you
dark
said you
either.
like Bud Light. That's more like your light clear beers.
Bud or Bud Light. It depends on what I grab and what's cold. I drink Budweiser too, by the way. I don't stick to just Bud Light.
Yeah, see, like you got your like Michelob Golden, and you got your
Oh, I like Michelob Dark.
Miller Genuine Draft,
I like that.
or
Yeah, I
there's
like.
like Land Shark and stuff like that.
I haven't had that, but I've had Miller, MGD, Miller Genuine
Yeah,
Draft, and all that kind of stuff.
Land Shark was my second favorite one.
Okay, cool. I'm not a Coors fan. I don't know why. When I grew up, I was around a bunch of rednecks, and all it was Coors and Olympia. So I just kind
Uh,
of got that stigma. I don't even know if they make Olympia anymore. You guys probably never heard of that, right?
Never heard of it.
no,
Yeah,
That's probably
exactly.
a local beer.
Oh no,
see,
no, no! It used to be national. It's just that they just went into obscurity. I haven't seen them around in years. It was a cheap beer. I'll put it that way. You can find it everywhere, anywhere, but it was like a cheap beer. It was cheap Okies that I saw always drinking it.
Sort of like Rainier beer.
I haven't heard of that. How about like Milwaukee Best? Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of
don't
like
think
that,
they
I
make
guess.
that anymore.
Maybe not.
there's a guy that used to like he used to drink what's that Miller? No, not Miller. Oh god, my grandpa used to drink it all the time. It has a really unique smell to it. I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head. It's a lot of the old guys drink it, but
I know back in the 80s and 90s for a short time they had a really good beer. It was pricey, but it was called Lowenbrow,
yeah.
and I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, anyhow, with this, I used to work with a guy there. I could tell exactly what kind of beer he stunk a beer so bad
Oh
that I
God.
that I could tell exactly what kind of beer it was. But
Uh,
Miller High Life, that's what it was. Miller High Life.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. He stung so bad. I could tell exactly what beer he was drinking, and he was so drunk at work one day. We had this big, huge, wide ladder. It's probably wider than my desk here, and that thing was as sturdy as could be. He about tipped that thing in the fuck over. That's how fucking drunk he was.
Geez, that worked too. And Gap
Yeah,
Stargate, you are right. Past Blue Ribbon is not very good.
yeah.
But
But anyhow, like we said something to the supervisor there, because he was a safety hazard there, and he was gonna lose us our damn safety bucks we used to get. But anyhow, how there he's like, well, we talked to some people and they said some medications can make you smell like alcohol. And I was like, bullshit.
Wait.
If I
They
can
said
tell you,
what?
they
Have
said
a good
that
night,
some.
Stargate.
Oh, yeah, we'll see ya.
Take
Stargate.
care.
Thanks for stopping by.
What
I'll
did he
make sure
say?
to plug your channel.
Yes, take care, Gap Stargate. What did he say makes you smell like beer?
Like they said, some medications can make you smell like alcohol and all that. It's like I told them,
What?
bullshit. If I
So
can
you
tell you,
okay? That's when you know your supervisor drinks beer too.
well, I told him if I can tell you exactly what kind of beer that he's drinking, he's fucking drunk. It's not his damn occasions.
Yeah,
And I was right because I stopped at the gas station after work to get some cigarettes and that. And there you was walking out of the fucking gas station with the 24
Miller,
pack of Miller High Life.
and he probably drank the whole thing that night. I mean, in order for you to smell like it, where it's coming through your pores and everything, that's a lot of beer. Yeah.
Yeah, he just raked a beer. I mean,
Yeah, and there's no medication that makes you smell like beer. That's why
yeah.
I'd be questioning that supervisor. Like, are you trying to pull one over on me? Have you ever heard of the term gaslighting? I mean, I'm not that
Well,
stupid.
no, I think what it was is they're trying to come up with an excuse because they're so desperate for help. They didn't want to have to fire anybody at the moment because they're so desperate for help.
Or maybe they were emotionally attached to the guy. They really liked him, didn't want to see him
No,
lose his job or something.
no, it wasn't that.
Because if you think about it, if he would have caused like an accident or a safety problem, like you said, an issue, that company can get sued,
Yeah,
especially if he hurt
no,
somebody
but
else.
the supervisor didn't know him or nothing like that. It's just they really needed the help at the time.
Sounds like it, yeah, because they wouldn't usually brush something like that off.
Yeah. So
So, Resolute, what's your next cartoon on Saturday?
Saturday, the same 4 cartoons,
okay,
pretty much
hey,
all of them are coming to an end pretty
That's
soon.
what I was gonna say. When they do,
hey,
what's next?
We'll see. I'm gonna be cutting out Disney.
can we do
Thank
Our
you,
Real
thank you.
Monsters or Hey Arnold?
I'll see if I can find those,
Okay.
but I'm gonna be focusing more on Tubi and Freevee.
Yeah, please, everybody's just boycott Disney. Screw that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I feel bad about the Orville. I'm paying for Hulu, and that's money going to Disney. So I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that.
Here, I'll talk to you a bit here after the stream here, Pop Culture. On
Okay,
that,
are you
but
closing it up?
no, I was thinking about it. It's getting to be 8 o'clock here. I was
Yes, it
thinking
is.
of going to having a fire or something if it doesn't rain.
God. By the way, here it's illegal to start a fire outside. Isn't that wonderful?
Pop Culture, I think you really
But
got to
when you live
move.
in a kindling box, yeah.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, well, because yeah, right, you have a few people who have done stupid things, but of course now they blame everybody, so no one's allowed to even do anything, no matter how safe it is. Like an oil barrel in the backyard, with nothing around it, burning fire, stuff you think would be okay, but no, it's not just by the way the kindling. You're right, but it's the
Yeah.
EPA, the environmental regulations and restrictions. They don't want smoke in the air. It's California.
Oh, well, I think part of the thing too is you said you're in a drought. Um, an ember they said an ember can travel up to a mile. Like I've never seen an ember fly that far, but I could see like some of the embers maybe spreading, especially if there's a
It can
slight wind.
happen. It can happen.
So the embers could blow into into some trees or
Well,
something,
that's
start
if
a fire.
right. That's if you're dumb enough to let your fire get out of control and you're not paying attention, right?
Well, see, that's the problem. That's why a lot of laws are in place is because people are stupid.
That's what I was saying, right? But oh, by the way, too, I'll give you that fireworks. I remember when we used to have fireworks that would fly. No more.
Yeah, didn't you see LA in like two years ago?
See
They said
what?
that fireworks were banned in the city, and then they flew a news chopper over there on the 4th of July, and all
Oh
you could see
yes.
was fireworks.
That's what you get for illegalizing. And then they'll just bring them over from the south.
Yeah,
I remember when I was working in the south. It was Arkansas, one of those states. And I remember I passed by fireworks stores slash factories They were open every day of the year, and I was thinking, wow, you'll never see that in California, and they sell the big ones.
Oh, you should see it when the 4th of July comes around. There's a fireworks store on every. There's a fireworks stand on every corner.
Oh, they do have that here. They have stands, but what they sell you don't want. They
No,
don't
no,
know.
that I live
Right.
next to it too. Well, they're technically legal in my state here, which I got a funny ass story from a few years ago, but revolving around fireworks. But um, no, but I live next to two states where the good stuff's legal, so everybody goes to either South Dakota or Iowa to get the good stuff, because like the cops in our town, yeah, we know these fireworks are illegal. Yeah, we know you're gonna buy them and shoot them off anyhow. Just be done by 10:30, please. And everybody obliged by that because we thought that was fair. To be done shooting off anything after 10:30, you're gonna get a ticket. But anything before 10:30, they didn't give a shit because they got
Well,
better.
I know. Here they bring in the illegal stuff, and then the cops don't do anything because they're overwhelmed. The cops are afraid they're going to get shot if they go out. So you can hear and see all the illegal stuff during 4th of July, but you'll never hear a siren.
Yeah. See, our cops were. What I thought
Until
was.
the sun blows up.
I thought that was pretty reasonable. What our cops did. They knew they weren't going to be able to stop it, so they just asked people to be done by 10:30 so that people could go to bed and sleep.
And please don't hurt anybody, right? Don't hurt yourself or anybody else.
Well, we're a pretty quiet neighborhood and all that. I'm pretty sure
and
if
you're
they.
not stupid. You don't aim like Roman candles at each other, right?
That's a different story for around.
Don't ask him an incriminating question.
That's back
You
to
know
the
how
drinking game
stupid.
again, huh?
You want to know how stupid and drunk we got one night? I was out at my friend Shauna's place there, and there is. Put it this way: all it takes is a room full of drunks and a stupid idea.
Oh yeah.
We're all freaking pretty plastered. I was pretty freaking hammered there, and I accidentally like those big mortars that you shoot up in the air. Well, I accidentally put
Yes.
one in the tube upside down,
Oh, that's interesting.
and it blew up on the ground. There we're all like, cool. So
Yeah.
we did a few other ones that were upside down in the tubes and stuff. That pretty soon we just started lighting them and throwing them off into the yard there until one landed inside a cinder block and blew that thing up.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
there was a point where I used to set off the big ones. I worked for a company where we set off like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-inch ones,
yeah.
cake fireworks, all that stuff.
Yeah, but that cinder block blew to hell, and a couple of people almost got doinked in the head
No,
there.
no, that's not going to do it. No.
Then the next year, that we had a set number, we had set people there, the only ones allowed to light the fireworks, and they were to remain sober. But
Jeez.
David got his pants wrecked that night because someone decided to throw one of those big packs of firecrackers in his pants pocket.
Oh, how no! Oh, I have not. You know what M80s are?
Yes.
Not him. I heard of them.
They're a quarter stick of dynamite. They're like little tiny sticks of dynamite. They're all tied together like in a bunch. I had an uncle who had a bunch of those in his back pocket with the wick sticking out, and sure enough, somebody lit the wick.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at least we weren't stupid enough to like some of those guys that have the videos where they'll stick the Roman candle tube in their ass and they'll light it. We weren't that stupid, but we did have Roman candle wars.
There
So
are
you're not as dumb as Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, no, but we did have Roman candle wars where we pointed the Roman because we got tired of bottle rocket wars.
If I was getting paid what Johnny Knoxville gets paid, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, well, I seen a video there on YouTube there of these guys were having fireworks wars across the river. Like one had their camp on one side of the river, one had the other. Well, the one guy he let off his very first firework into the other guy's camp and landed right in the guy's pile of fireworks. And it's just 3 minutes of just fireworks just going.
Oh, and
going
everybody
off.
running right. Everybody's running in all directions, of
No,
course.
he didn't run. He was just sitting there going, and then he goes, "God damn it! I fucking quit. I'm going home." His entire stash just blew up from a single firework landing in there.
It'll happen, yeah. If one misfires, it'll set everything off. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. Well, it's funny as hell.
Well, yeah, as long as nobody gets hurt. Right? It's funny. I watch people panic. Right? There's videos on YouTube. I remember where they were. Okay, New York. I think maybe it was Ellis Island, but they had a floating like a pier or a barge, and they had the whole thing loaded up with fireworks, and that they were shooting all. They put it out in the middle of the ocean. I think the Hudson River, and it was starting their fireworks show, and then you could see where one just misfired and exploded on the right there on the dock, and then all of them started going up, and you could just see people left and right just leaping into the water and jumping. It was hilarious, but not if you're in the middle of it. I'm sure you're not going to be laughing if you're the one in there.
I'd be laughing.
Well,
Gotta go
depending on
out.
how much you drink, right?
Because then my obituary can officially say he went out with a bang.
Went out with the bang, and he died happy, right?
Well, I just said my obituary or the death notes go. He went out with a bang.
Right.
Or have someone say that, or give that toast at my funeral.
Oh, but what if? But people who don't know might look and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, he committed suicide." And they're going to think you shot yourself with a gun.
No,
It's
people.
going to be a closed casket at that point.
The story,
Yes, definitely.
no, the story will have gone around because people will ask, "Oh, how did he die?" You know, because that's how the
Right.
then it'll be, yeah, they'll know the story. So
Of course.
So it's not like people wouldn't know what's going on. Hell, I'm pretty sure at my funeral, half the people are just gonna be there to make sure I'm dead.
Just to make sure you're dead, huh?
Yeah, half the people will be there morning, half the people will be there like, is he dead? Is he actually dead, or is he just trying to get out of work?
Right. Did I drive all the way over here just to find out that he's lying? Is he punking us?
Yeah. Now I forgot what my other story.
With pain sticks and pickaxes just to make sure.
Well, also, by the way, guys, that's also why they invented what do you call it? Embalming. That's why they did that too, was to make sure people were dead, because they used to have people.
I just thought that
just wake up on the table.
Well, I just thought it was because the corpse wouldn't rot if they had to travel a long way.
It does slow down the rotting, but remember now, if you think now, don't throw out everything that they've told you and think about this. If they pump something like that in your vein, yes, it will slow down the blood that's in your vein, won't be rotting, but it does not help or affect the flesh. Your flesh is still going to rot at the same pace.
No, it helps the skin quite a lot.
Right, that's why they put you.
Embalming isn't just the fluid they pump in; they apply a chemical onto the surface, and there's a couple other things they do.
Well, remember though, they still keep it refrigerated, right?
Well, yeah, it's still organic.
That's what I'm saying. So, right, so that embalming fluid is not gonna, it's not so like they can embalm you.
It's not gonna last forever.
Right, when it's not right, it's not so you can set up like a room temperature for a while. But
it's
back in the old days,
you through lying and get someone famous for lying in state for a week or so.
Right, but back in the old days, like to sit 14, 13. I'll give you an example. Here's another. Like when George Washington was alive, it was big back then where people were being buried alive. They thought they were dead and they were just ill, and they would wake up either on the table or in the coffin. And George Washington had it in his will that when he was buried, he was buried with a pistol.
Yeah. Well, that's where they used to put a bell on.
Yes,
a bell on
the gravestone.
On the gravestone with the rope all the way down to the casket there.
They did
someone
do that.
was supposed to stand guard in the cemetery to listen for the bell. That's how the name for the night shift became the graveyard shift.
And also the term for who the bell tolls.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
hey there, George Lucas. Welcome to the channel.
George Lucas, why'd you do that to Star Wars? I'm gonna kick you in the nuts next time I see you.
Yeah,
just kidding.
We're just chilling and bullshitting right now.
By the way, George Lucas, I'll give you my PayPal account. Jeez, that guy's
you could give me a refund for The Last Jedi.
I'll just take money for all the Star Wars toys I bought. I just spend all my money on Star Wars.
I'll keep the money I'll let him keep the money for the Star Wars toys. I just want my refund for The Last Jedi.
It's your refund for The Last Jedi. Last Jedi. Everybody focuses on that. I think Rise of Skywalker was equally as bad, if not worse.
I didn't watch Rise of Skywalker, so.
Oh well, it was. Take my word for it. Bad.
Uh, Last Jedi was the beginning, and everyone knew what Rise of Skywalker was. That was a bunch of random stuff cut together in something that
Right.
was supposed to be coherent but wasn't.
Incoherent, exactly. Well, what it was with the Last Jedi, they destroyed it so much. We knew with the Rise of Skywalker, there was no way they were going to fix it. Right? There was no and make a coherent story because Ruben Johnson just tore the whole thing apart because they had no
Ryan,
plan.
you mean? Ryan, you mean?
Whatever, yeah. Ryan, Roundhead. Got a lot of names.
Oh, you're joking with them. Okay.
Have you guys heard that J.J. Abrams, Jar Jar Binks, whatever his name is getting fired from Warner Brothers?
He's already been.
Yeah, they gave him about $250 million a few years ago, and he hasn't made diddly.
Well, for $250 million, I'm pretty sure he can live comfortably for a long time.
Oh, actually, no. He took
hasn't
the
gotten
money.
it paid out.
Right, he took the money and then he went and started investing, and he started shilling Paramount and Disney and the other studios, and that's why Warner Brothers was mad.
Yeah, he's turned in some half-ass stuff, but nothing that Warner Brothers approved of, and that's why they canceled the contract.
They said
he got left
he only had,
10% out.
right. He only had one show that he's working on, Die in My Tree or something like that, and they canceled that. But all his DC stuff, I mean, he didn't even start anything. I don't know if he was. I think he just pocketed the money because as soon as he took that money and signed that contract, he started creating stuff for other studios for some reason, and that's why WB is upset. I guess
they didn't pay out the $250 million.
The question is, if they did pay it out,
10% payout,
10%,
and most is something like that. It may have been a little more, it may have been a little less.
I hope so.
The rest of it was contingent on approved work.
Hopefully, right? If they're smart. I don't know why nobody in Hollywood will stop and look at what he did to Star Trek and Star Wars. That man should never be working in Hollywood again unless he's picking up garbage on the streets. But no, he's Steven Spielberg's best friend. So I guess Jedi Bill had a short out where he finally saw Maverick. Have you guys seen that?
Not yet. I was thinking about watching it.
I didn't like the first one, so why would I watch the second?
Interesting. I have not seen the first one because I don't like Tom Cruise.
Oh no, the first one was pretty damn good, though.
Well, I know it made a lot of money, but I just don't. I don't like Tom Cruise. I never have. Never. The only movie that I've ever seen with Tom Cruise in it was War of the Worlds, and that's only because I'm a fan of the book. And did he ruin it? Of course he did. He should not have been in it.
It wasn't too bad.
Well, here's an example. I don't know if you remember the movie poster. So this is what, by the way, this is what movie posters tell you before you go in to see a movie. All right. In the War of the Worlds movie poster, it showed him holding his daughter with his son standing next to him. And I remember this was the movie poster before I even saw the movie. And I was standing there outside of the theater telling a friend, I said, look at that picture. I said, he has 2 kids. And my friend said, yeah, so what? And I said, that means he will never be in danger. The kids will never be in any kind of harm. There will be no suspense. And they'll all come out alive, perfectly unblemished by the end. And he goes, oh, you don't know that? I said, just watch.
And that was obvious. That's how movies go, especially then.
But even now, of course. But I remember when when they first advertised the Force Awakens, the Star Wars poster came out like a year or two before the movie did. And everybody's like, I can't wait to see the new Star Wars. I said, look at the poster. That's a woman there that is front and center. I said, you're gonna get Disney Princess in Space Star Wars flavored. I remember exactly what I said, and everybody was like, no, they're not gonna do that. It's gonna have Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. I said, just wait, I said.
The first posters had Kylo Ren front and center over everyone else. It wasn't until like 3 or 6 months before the movie that Rey was the center of attention.
Oh, that could be very possible. The old bait and switch. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to argue that. That's Disney all over, right?
Yeah. Holy crap! The construction crews are still working.
It's late there, isn't it?
8:30.
So he was mad because he got cat shit in his face.
I don't know. They're running a big roller pin over the road right now.
You should go over to the guy who moved it and say, "Gee, thanks for moving that for me. I didn't want to move all that shit."
Well, I was actually kind of surprised because I went after I got off for Resolute there. I went to go put the garbage can and the recycling up to the curb there so they could move it and all that. And somebody already grabbed it.
That's
Not
nice
bad.
of them.
Oh, and I did get
Yeah.
that Norm Macdonald
They
special.
were regretting it once they saw what was inside the can.
Exactly right.
Well, they just loaded it up on the skid loader though.
But Gorilla, I got that Norm Macdonald special. So whenever you want to watch it,
Yeah, when do you want to do that?
oh, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I'm off all day Monday and Tuesday. I can range any time around those days, or any other day. It's usually not till the evenings. Like
Cause I won't get off work till 5 o'clock on there. You must work weekends.
I do. That's my busiest time actually. That's why
Okay.
that's why I take Monday, Tuesdays off.
Okay, so probably do it. Um, how long's the special?
I think maybe a little over an hour. I haven't watched it, but if you want, I can send it to you somehow, and you guys can do a watch party, and I can watch it at a different time. I don't want to
No,
make everybody have to adjust their schedule around me because I work late.
no. Oh, how late do you work on? Or you don't work on Monday?
No, I used to, but I've been taking it off so I could do my videos. I've been doing my Hollywood makeup on Mondays.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to do two live streams in a day then.
I could. My stream
Well,
only lasts for a couple hours, maybe, or an hour. The last one was like not
well,
even an hour.
well. Maybe do the hour-long watch party at 6 o'clock. Because my stream on Monday don't start till 7:30.
Okay. Do you know anybody else out there who's been wanting to see it?
Jill.
Well, then we'll have to do it early then if we want her to see it, right?
Oh shoot. Well, I can
Yeah,
watch
let's
it
get
at
around her schedule.
Hey, I can watch it at any time. I just won't be able to be at the panel unless it's at 6 o'clock.
Because you work during the day. All right.
Yeah, I work from 8 to 5 Central Standard Time. So
Well, I know there are some days where Jill's online later than that time. I just
yeah.
don't know what her night schedule's like, or I
How
don't know
about
what her schedule's like at all.
how about talk to her and have her make schedule it around her. Then we'll
Yeah,
make it
because
work on our. I'll make it work on my end.
because there's some nights where she's up late. I've seen her late on Doomcocks on Fridays and then on Clobbering Times on Saturdays.
Is she on the East Coast?
That I don't know. Oh, she's 2 hours off from me, so no, she's Midwest somewhere.
Oh, she's in the Midwest too.
Central Time is all I know about her. I don't know where exactly.
Huh. Yeah, so maybe have something scheduled for have her schedule something because I'm pretty sure she could pick a good time for that work for all of us. That way she can.
I'm wondering if I may condense my two streams because what I've been doing is Monday I've been doing the makeup Hollywood makeup, then Tuesday Ray Bradbury Theater, and I'm thinking maybe do both in the same day. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of like the separation there.
You think separation is better?
Yeah, I like that better. You know that works out really good for me the way you did it there.
Okay. I've got
You
to
could probably do the Norm Macdonald after you do the makeup one.
That's possible if Jill's available. I've got another Hollywood video I've got to produce that I've been working on. Three Stooges location. I've got to get that one completed. Hopefully tonight.
Okay.
Have any of you guys ever watched the Three Stooges?
Oh,
Yes.
I used to there. I used to until me and my cousin got told we're no longer allowed to watch it.
Oh no! Who? What? Where? What? When? Why?
Well, you're not supposed to do that shit at home, Gorilla.
We didn't do it. Hey, in our defense, we didn't do it at home. We did it at our grandparents' place.
It's the Three Stooges. It's rated G. God, I think of all the worst stuff kids are exposing themselves to these days.
Knocking each other in the head.
No, nobody's hurting each other. People watch cartoons all the time. They know that people aren't that stupid.
We were.
Apparently, not all people.
Well, they lasted for generations without kids injuring themselves.
Yeah, but our parents got mad when we kept knocking each other in the head as hard as we could.
Well, you're going to eventually, if you hurt yourself, you're going to stop doing that. I would say, go ahead and hit yourself in the head until you're going to decide when not to do it.
That never stopped us.
I don't know. I never figured that out. Me and all my friends were Stooge fans, and we never did that. We know the difference between reality and what's fake. But do you remember? But my point is, do you remember the episode where Curly was trying to get the big block of ice up the stairs?
No.
Okay, well that's fine. That's the one I'm going to be covering. Aching every steak.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to head out now. You guys take
All
care.
right, Resolute. Take care, sir.
Right. I think I'm gonna end the stream right here.
Okay.
Thank you, George Lucas, for popping in.
Thank you, George
Make sure
Lucas.
to check out Gap Stargate there.
Yes.
He does a lot of shorts and stuff of his different toys and that. He does have Gap After Lunch and Gap After Dark and that. It's pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Cool
I need to
there.
check that out.
Yeah, Resolute Root there. He does live reacts to the Orville at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. They're on Thursdays. Then on Tuesdays he does sci-fi, where he's watched Farscape and Lex at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Then on Saturdays it's Saturday morning cartoons at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, Pop, you unplug yours?
Oh, I think I just did already. I have a Hollywood makeup stream I do on Sundays, and I had Ray Bradbury Theater watch party on Mondays.
You mean
and
Mondays
I also
and
have
Tuesdays? Oh, did you change that now?
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, duh. Hollywood makeup on Mondays, Ray Bradbury Theater on Tuesdays, and also I have a series of famous filming locations that I post videos. So there, thank you.
Yeah, and then tomorrow is going to be a big stream. If people can share that out, if they can, we're going to be talking about whether canon really matters. Because we've been a lot of people not liking like Strange New Worlds because it doesn't follow canon and stuff. I've been enjoying it. I just been ignoring like the continuity gaps in that.
Oh, you've been enjoying it, okay?
But I have ripped on like Discovery, but for its canon. But that's also because I had other reasons to hate Discovery and stuff. But we're gonna have a big old long discussion on that. I'll try to keep. Hopefully, it'll stay as civil as can be.
All right.
And then on Saturdays will be Babylon 5 at 7 o'clock. Then on Sunday we'll have Cinema Sunday where we'll be where me and Resolute will be getting drunk and watching Toxic Avengers 2 and 3. Okay. Then I don't know what we'll be doing for Monday. So with that, everybody, have a good night and remember to be a gorilla.
Bye-bye,
hey, stick around for